So great day, everyone. Let's continue the discussion. And in this video, I will discuss pivot. So pivot is one of the most important Excel skills that you can learn because when I started working, even up until nowadays, pivot is being used by most companies. So in order to access pivot, you have to go to the insert menu and then select pivot table among the tables ribbon. So when I click pivot table, it tells me that I can easily arrange, summarize complex data in a pivot table. So when I click pivot table, notice that it would automatically select the data range from where the active sheet you executed the pivot table is. So no need to change this unless this is blank, then you would have to manually select the range. But in this case, it is already pre-selected. And then after that, you have the option to choose within new worksheet or existing worksheet. In this case, I will be choosing new worksheet to avoid cluttering this space because I already have my VLOOKUP here. I don't want it to be too crowded. Therefore, I will be selecting new worksheet. So I will click new worksheet. And then from here, you will notice that you would have your sheet, you have the pivot table area here, and then you have the pivot table fields. So the beauty of pivot table is that you can produce any type of reports from the raw data that you have. Let's say your boss asks you to produce a report showing the most sold product or the top selling product. In this case, we will just select product. So I will click product, or I could simply drag product to the rows. And then we are already immediately shown the products that we have here, right? And then in order for me to show which product is sold the most, then I would probably click the amount, okay? And then amount was placed automatically on rows. What we just need to do is drag it to the values field. So when I drag it to the values field, you can already see another column for the amount, but it is in count form, and that is not what we want to see. We want to see the total. So therefore, I will click the drop down, select value field settings, and then select sum. Okay, so we already have the total sum of sales per product. And then to further clarify it, we will just select currency. From the currency, select the type of currency you have. In our case, we have US dollars since what we used is a US company. And then here, you can already answer the question that the most sold or top selling product is Disney, right? Disney with $44,000 sold. Okay, let's say your boss changes mind. Okay, I want to see where did this 44,000 came from? Like what are the payment methods that were used? You can easily add additional data on your pivot. So I will click payment here. And then you can now see a breakdown of where or how the Disney products were bought by our customers. We can see that the top amount purchased was and the payment method that was used was GCash, right? So you can implement as many formattings here to ensure that you see the data much more clearer, right? Oops, apologies. Let me just select and design. Then I will select a design. Let's say I pick this one there. So you can close the other drop downs and then focus on Disney. From Disney, we can see top selling product, color scales, yes, Gcash. or top selling product rather is Disney, but was paid for by GCash, right? So you can do the same here. Okay. So there you have it. And then as you edit the raw data, let's say I deleted a couple of sales. Let's say I deleted Maya as a payment method. So I deleted all of the sales of Maya and the payment method. Notice that our pivot will also reflect the same. I would just need to refresh it. So let me refresh. And then when you refresh, you can see that it decreased. And then there is no longer Maya as a payment. So let me remove, let's say I put payment here. Sorry, payment here. You can see when we break it down, there's no more Maya. Okay, so that's the beauty of using a pivot table. You can easily produce reports. You can design reports, copy it, paste it on your Word documents. So that's it for this discussion. Thank you so much.